I bet you didn't know there's a bunch of companies out there that are banking on the fact that you don't know that there's a difference between the type of law we deal with credit, and criminal law. Which means that when they tell you that they're banking on the possibility of results just because some law exists and because it's supposed to happen, you're supposed to get a deletion as little as X amount of days because of Y, you're going to believe it because you think that if the bureaus, the creditors, the collectors, they go and they break the law, that they are going to jail, they're losing their jobs, they're getting reprimanded, and that is not the truth. And today is the day that you're going to understand the difference and know how to capitalize off of it. Because once you understand it, you can appreciate it and you cannot be taken for a ride. Because I could tell you all day in America, hey, guess what? Not only can I help you, but you're going to see results in as little as 30 days. Because guess what? I wouldn't be lying to you. I would not be lying to you because one round of disputes is in as little as 30 days. But nobody's talking about what's actually expected and what's actually going to happen. You see, when my clients come into my program, when I choose my clients for my program, they understand exactly what to expect. Because I don't tell them in as little as 30 days, because some law exists, that you're going to see X, Y, and Z. No, I don't do that. Because guess what? This is not criminal law. When the bureaus, the creditors, the collectors violate the FCRA and the FDCPA, nobody's going to jail, okay? This is the type of law that is going to make nothing happen. Because a very small percentage of consumers actually get to the end and hold them accountable because they know that all they have to do is either ignore you X amount of times and you're going to go away, or tell you no X amount of times and you're going to go away. You're going to believe it. You're going to get scared. You're going to get frustrated. And guess what? They're still going to profit off your money. I hear it all the time. Why didn't I get anything in the mail? Why am I not receiving responses? Well, are you the one paying the $765,000 in postage for the 1.5 million dispute letters that the bureaus are getting per month per bureau? No, they would have to pay for it. So isn't it free for them to just ignore you because they know you're going to go away because this is not criminal law and nobody's going to jail? See, let's look at the appeals process on the criminal side, right? Because it's very, very similar. So once the court has convicted and sentenced the criminal defendant, they can actually appeal to a higher court, right? And they have to review things for errors and all of that. First of all, it takes a very long time even to get that heard. You know, there's specific timing. You have to write your letter. They have to respond by a specific time, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually they can get their case heard, right? And the whole time, this person is still sitting in prison. Right? Sometimes these things takes years and years and years and years and years and years and years, okay? So, anywho, appeals are decided by a panel of 3 judges working together, and, this document is actually called a brief. So, in the brief, they try to persuade the judges that the trial court made an error and that its decision should be reversed. Now, just so you know, the chances of winning a criminal appeal are very, very low, about like 20%. But obviously, the odds are much greater if there were errors of law and procedure at trial significant enough to have affected the outcome of the case, right? Now, here's how long this takes. 14 to 16 months. Usually takes 14 to 16 months. And a federal appeal takes even longer than 2 years. So during this time, the person's criminal appeals lawyer is advocating on their behalf throughout the whole stage of this. There's different stages, right? So here's the major similarity between these two things. Stages, processes, timing, right? Frustration. They're not there to help you do this appeals process to find errors that the court could have made that would have landed your ass in prison. No, that's your job. That is your job, right? So don't let yourself be taken for a ride by a company who is banking on the fact that you don't understand the difference between this type of law and criminal law. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want that to happen to you. And now that you understand the difference, now that you understand that just because they violate a law and don't respond to you, then nothing's going to happen unless you do something about it. And yes, it is going to take time because guess what? If it were as simple as every single consumer out there sending 1, 2, or even 3 letters, then guess what? Lenders would no longer lend. This process wouldn't exist. Why would it? You'd be costing people billions and trillions of dollars, right? All you got to do is just send one letter. I'm going to go home and I'm going to tell my mom to screw up her credit because we need that money right now because, hard times, COVID and all that. Because all it's going to take is one letter because a law exists. And we're just going to do this all over again. But this time it'll be me. And then it's going to be my dad. And then it's going to be my brother. And then it's going to be my sister. And we're just going to go around in a circle. Get credit, screw it up, fix it. Get credit, screw it up, fix it. Get credit, screw it up, fix it. Now, while there's probably going to be a hater who's going to give me a thumbs down, and there's going to be another hater who posts a comment on this video, I know I'm right, you know I'm right, and the only reason you're mad is because you know I'm right. Can't even tell me that I'm wrong. What are you doing to hold the bureaus accountable? Nothing. Nothing. Because all they have to do is ignore you a few times and you're going to go away. All they have to do is tell you no a few times and you're going to go away. All they have to do is say verified a few times to the company you're working with and you're going to cancel with them and go away. That is the sad truth because nobody has the balls to stick around and go through the process and get the results. So what are you going to change today? What are you going to do that's different? Are you going to just allow them to continue to violate your rights under federal law? Or are you going to understand the difference, appreciate the difference, and know how to capitalize off it? How do you capitalize off of this? By understanding the difference, what you can do is say, hey, I know this is a process. As long as I'm doing it the right way, either myself or with the right company, then I know I'm going to get the results. I just have to be patient because all this other stuff that I'm being told doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Right? So what you can do today to ensure that you get the results is to do it the right way. And how do you do that? Go down into the description and click on one of those two links that are down there. Number one, the do-it-yourself credit repair resources that teach you how to do factual-based disputes on the member vault. There's a link. Click on it. A lot of it is free. This stuff in the subscriber hub is free. And you're going to learn how to do factual-based disputes, right? Because we're only dealing with the facts. The only thing that matters here is the facts. The only way you win an appeal is with the facts, right? The facts showing the errors that change the outcome, all right? So otherwise, you can have me see if I can do it for you, right? You don't want to deal with this. You're frustrated. You're about to give up. That's totally fine. That is totally fine because there are people such as myself, very far and few between, but there's people such as myself that can actually do this for you the right way and that don't give up and that keep doing it the right way, right? Now, as simple as that sounds, what I'm talking about is being persistent, patient, consistent, right? So if you want to get this done the right way, if you want to get the results, if you want to get your mortgage or your loan or your credit scores up or whatever it is that you're trying to do, then schedule a call with me. That link is also in the description. It's vcita.com/expert-credit-sweeps, and I will see if I can help you. I will see if I can help you. All right. So you have everything you need right now to change your life starting today. Click on one of those links in the description and start your journey in the right direction towards the right destination today. All right, so that is it. There's obviously a lot more that we could talk about this, but I think that is it for today. All right, so go click on one of the other videos on here that pop up, and I hope you have a wonderful, productive, successful day. Bye.